Hi, everybody. My name is Gavin Poyer, and welcome back. Finally, we are wrapping up Trilogy with Echoes of Silence. I've heard that this is some of his best work. I have no idea what to expect. We've already heard Dirty Diana, so I'm going to be skipping that one, but other than that, I'm going to be following this thing all the way through. Uh, you know what? Just screw it. Without further ado, let's get to Montreal. The first song on the mixtape, EP, whatever you want to call it. I don't know at this point. Um, I got a beer. You're welcome to have whatever you want. Yeah, so right off the bat, I'm kind of noticing that the production on this seems a little bit different. Like the drums seem crisper in a way than what they were on previous mixtapes. I don't know why that is exactly, but I'm actually kind of here for it. I love me a good crisp like snare drum. Uh, and usually with his music, it's just a total landscape of sound, and what a perfect way to start this off because I'm just getting lost already.
I guess you had no idea that you could have persuaded me. Girl, you could have had me doing anything you please. Girl, you should have took your time and thought of what to say to me. 'Cause I'm not as hard as you make it seem to be. And it could have went so many ways it can go.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause ain't nobody feels the way that I feel when I'm alone. So if I said that I won't call, then lying comes natural to me. You probably could have had it all. You could have been that lonely star if we just went on. If we just went on. Oh yeah. If we just went on. If we just went on.
God, I love that, and almost every song he does, he has. Oh, I don't even know what the frick it's called, but every time he says the same line, it's always spoken a little bit differently. And um, here's a little tidbit about me. I've been listening to the song "Lonely Star" I'm pretty much on repeat ever since I heard it. I love that one. And whenever I'm driving to work on my commute, I am always just singing along with them because there's so many different like vocalizations in that song. Um, this is just something I really love about The Weeknd. I think he does it right.
Happiness exists when you don't know a thing. So I
Mm.
hope you don't think this song is about you. And only I can know how close you came. But baby, I'm a pro at letting go. I love it when they come and go.
My God, happiness exists when you don't know a thing. So I hope you don't think this song is about you. Oh boy. Oh, all right, let's keep on going.
But it could have went so many ways it can go. 'Cause nobody feels the way that I feel when I'm alone. So if I say that I won't call,
love the freaking swelling of his voice in the background. I know he does that a lot in his songs, but I think it really works well here. A lot of the times during his chorus, he kind of does say the same thing, like over and over and over, but it's never in like a bad way at all. Like this is just freaking enjoyable to me because there's just a lot, I think a lot that goes into it. And like I've already said like a million times, it just creates like this whole universe that you just get lost in. Ugh. So I'm going to pause it right there because somebody in the comments of the last video that I did told me that this mixtape specifically transitions really well with the songs. So I want to give it, I think I'll try and stop at least 3 seconds before the song actually ends so that I could get like kind of the full transition, you know. And that's just for you guys, you know, if I want to experience this the way that it should be experienced. It's just a shame that I have to keep on pausing it though. With that's Montreal. I like that one a lot. It's a really good vibe and I think a really good start to this mixtape so far. Next we have Outside. So without further ado.
Let you reminisce how you used to do. Girl, I'm open to anything that'll get you into that zone. And understand that we're all alone, so you can slowly take off your clothes. Baby girl, you know what's in store. Baby, I'ma stay up all night. I've been going hard since last night, and I'ma go harder tonight. Wish you could see you through my eyes. Oh, I'm telling you, this ain't the same.
If you have watched my videos before, you know that I have a very special relationship with The Weeknd. I think specifically the House of Balloons, Glass Table Girls, I think I was very transparent about how I felt about that song, and it feels like we're gonna have another one on this because he is just describing just like I want to say that he's trying to describe like his sexual encounters, like how he does it, and okay, I think you get the point. You know, he's taking off her clothes. Let's just see how this develops.
And I know he's still in your brain. I'm about to turn that shit into flames. Once I'm in you, baby. Whoa. Forget what you know. Whoa. Make yourself at home. 'Cause baby, when I'm finished with you, you won't wanna go outside.
Okay. This is a lot slower sexy than down and dirty sexy to me. Although the lyrics kind of speak otherwise, at least to me. Um, and it's a little bit different sexy vibes than what I think we've previously seen. Although the I think the lyrical content is pretty much the same. Although I guess he's going into descriptions about how he makes this girl feel, and it looks like in verse 2 he's gonna be. You know what? Let's just find out together.
I'ma work it like a pro, baby. Why? And you gon' take it like one. Yeah, you gon' take it like one. And I'ma give it like you asked for it. Why? Cause you've been talking about it. I know you're talking about it. Ooh, baby, when I'm done with you. Why? You ain't saying nothing. Yeah, you ain't saying nothing. Ooh, baby, when I'm done with you. Why? You ain't saying nothing. Yeah, you ain't saying nothing. You gon' make me sure. All the pain that you feel, you can tell that we ain't making no love. But I'll pretend, oh girl, I'll pretend. If you pretend, then girl, I'll pretend. Let's make it seem like we're all we need in the end.
So that's interesting. So all the pain that you feel, you can tell that we ain't making no love. That's interesting because obviously they're having sex, but they aren't having, they aren't making love, but he'll pretend like he is. That, oh, that's a little bit gross right there. I guess if he's giving her what she wants, then that's great. But please, just girl in the song, don't get attached because you know, we know the Weeknd so far. We know who he is. We know what he does, and just it's gonna be fun. Just don't get attached.
Forget what you know. Make yourself at home. 'Cause baby, when I'm finished with you, you won't wanna go outside. Oh yeah. Let's break it down. Let's break it down.
I'm loving this outro. The let's break it down part. I think it's very well deserved. You're right. You're right. I don't want to go outside. I don't want to go outside. I probably just want to stay in bed with you and then repeat certain activities that we've probably already done. Maybe once, maybe twice. I don't know how many times, but oh man, I get really weird. I get really weird during these videos. So, just a forewarning. Just a forewarning. Yeah. Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one. Definitely for a certain type of vibe, with probably a special someone. Maybe. I don't know if you necessarily want to listen to the Weeknd songs if you want to be with somebody that you like. because the lyrics speak otherwise, you know? Pretending to love somebody, you know? So if you're with like a significant other that you actually enjoy spending time with, then probably don't listen to it. But if you want to feel sexy for the night, then yeah, yeah. So far it's not really new content, but more of the same kind of thing. I'm happy for it. Don't act like I'm not, because I'm definitely happy for this. Outside was good, definitely good. I think a little bit slower sexy, like I've been saying, but yeah. Let's start with XO slash the host. By the way, what's the whole XO thing? I know that is the Weeknd's kind of brand, or just a part of him. I don't know. So in the comments, if you know about that, let me know. Anyways, here we go.
Shots at a Henny, bottles of Patron, blunts to your face, you don't wanna sing no more. Lost your seat notes, kept all day, took the bus back home. Evictions on your door, blame it on the weed, blame it on the booze, blame it on the lights passing you. Yeah, just don't blame it on me that you wanna come and party with a nigga like me. Cause I get it, you're built like a goddess, and it seems like you've been stressing, especially when your nose spread from that K special diet coke. You need more bread, now you got no rent. You blow that money, you try to window shop, you blow another 100. You fucking goons in the day, hips and nights downtown, and your daddy don't know your why.
And it continues. And it continues being absolutely dirty and sexy, with just like everything that he's said so far. And obviously the way he's saying it, you know, you can't tell me that he isn't trying to seduce the listener. And like come on, like you just kind of have to admit that. So this song so far, I'm reading on Genius, by the way. I don't remember if I referred to that in the beginning of the video, but I am. This is actually mentioning the XO thing, which I was talking about. I wasn't sure. So apparently it's a clique, and he is kind of just trying to get the girl to kind of, you know, roll with him and be down for that kind of lifestyle, I guess. Interesting. Yeah. I mean, if you have more information about that whole XO thing, excuse me, if you have more information about that, let me know, because I am curious about that. I've been seeing it in the comments and everything, and I wasn't sure, because obviously I haven't gone through the whole Weeknd's discography yet, so I don't really know that part about him yet.
If they don't let you in, you know where to find me. Cause if you wanna go again, you can always call me. Cause all we ever do is love. Open up your mind, you can find the love. Girl, you ain't alone, we all been alone. Baby, just be honest.
Sorry, I keep on pausing, but something I just thought about is what a genuine conversation with The Weeknd, not Abel, but The Weeknd, would be like. Because I'm wondering if there is, well, I'm sure there is, but I'm wondering if there is anything beyond the surface of like, hey girl, let's go have some sex because I'm sexy and I know how to do it right, you know? I'm wondering if there's anything behind that, like, I don't know what his favorite food is. What I don't know. You know what I mean though? Like anything deeper, anything that makes him a person other than just sex, drugs, alcohol, and parties. I don't know.
Don't you forget.
Mm,
Don't you worry about a thing. We'll be everything you need, just believe
uh,
love it when your eyes are red. Oh, yeah. Are you on my mind? Yeah. 'Cause I got a brand new cam. Can we POV? Can we POV? Oh, I wanna catch you at your best. Oh, when your hair's a mess, you look so depressed, and you're filled with regret, and you feel like you gotta go home.
can we just talk about this for a second? I love it when your eyes are red. Oh yeah. Are you on my cloud yet? Because I got a brand new cam. Can we can we video feed? Can we POV? Meaning that he is obviously making sex tapes with these girls. Like I thought it was just purely like sex, but this is, I guess I should have thought about this before, but yeah, of course he's the person to make sex videos with these girls. Oh man, how many does he have? Oh, this is getting a bit scary about how like this is opening up like a whole new like it's just making me think a lot more about the sex, how often he has it and like how many videos he has of these girls, for example, and how many different girls. Like it's just building and building and building. So I love in these songs that we learn extra little pieces like that because I don't think we've heard anything like that before yet. Um, POV, huh? Okay.
Cause these nights pass so much quicker than the days did. Same clothes, you ain't ready for your day shit. But you up, you need money for your facelift. Lust over love is your mindset. Waking up with most of your side wet. Another room, you hear your mom crying. Cause she found your bag stuffed in the laundry. And the Bacardi from the last party.
Yeah.
If they won't let you in, you know where to find me. Oh, if you wanna go again, you can always call me. Cause all we ever do is love. Open up your mind, you can find the love. Girl, you ain't alone, we all been alone. Baby, just be honest. Don't you forget. Don't you worry about a thing. We'll be everything you need, just believe.
I love that chorus. The whole EXO part of that chorus is just really just digging into my soul. So here's the thing. I kind of love and hate that I'm recording myself doing this, but like this is honestly how I feel. It's very sexy, and that's just the truth of it. And if you don't necessarily like seeing that side of me, then I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you because it's honest. So next part. So this is like a two-parter, and this is called the host.
I need, I need something from you. Oh, and there's so much love to pass around. There's too much love. Girl, the night's almost done. And who you came with, it's already done.
This is such an interesting transition. Sorry, I'm shifting around just to get more comfortable. But it's a totally different vibe, and it's interesting that he has it kind of within the same song. And I'm curious about that. I don't really know. I'm just gonna keep on going though.
You say you want me, but I remember who you are. Girl, it wasn't long ago. Didn't think I'd go this far. Well, I got a test for you. You say you want my heart. Baby, you can have it all. There's just something that I need from you is to meet my boy. I got a lot of boys. We can make you right. And if you get too high, baby, come.
I love the frickin' background sound. I'm not good with like music terms, but like the just whole like I don't know. You understand what I mean though, right? Like the whole like farty bass in the background is just ugh. um I don't know. There's just something about his music that really speaks to me, and I've said it once, and I've said it a million times. This was made in like 2011, 2012, and it's amazing. It's amazing. Like this is really good music. I mean, I guess there's a reason why he's one of the biggest stars in America right now, or has been for a while too. I don't know about in the world. I don't know if people like all around know about him, but in America, he's amazing.
Over here and write it out. Oh, oh, yeah. Write it out. Oh, oh, whoa, yeah. Write it out. Write it out.
So let me pull it back a few seconds. But I was reading on Genius that this is kind of like part of the next song, which is Initiation, I think. And it is kind of like a process of, I guess, figuring out if they're gonna have sex with her. The boys. I don't really know, honestly. Like, this is we're just learning more and more information. I think somebody commented a while ago that this is probably one of his darkest songs, and I could definitely see why. Um, being with the first half, just well, my thoughts about the first half, and now this. Um, hmm. Okay, so let's. I'm gonna hit play, and then it's gonna run into the next song, which will be Initiation.
Write it out. Ooh. Just write it.
This is Initiation.
Oh yeah. Got you drinking out them black cups, sodas. All this shit's so foreign to you, thick smoke, choking. Baby, get familiar with the order. Just crack it, then pour it, then sip slow, then sip low. My eyes red, but my brim low. That XO, she's climbing straight to the top, forgetting why she there in the first place. No more crying. Heart rate slow, put that rum down. You don't wanna die tonight, I promise. When you're finished, we'll head to where I'm living. The party won't finish. It's a fucking celebration. Oh yeah, yeah. All my niggas out tonight.
Oh, and they high off Shakespeare lines. There's enough to pass around. You don't gotta wait in line, and the clocks don't work. You don't gotta check the time, and the blinds don't work.
You don't gotta check the sky. We've been going on.
Oh my! Holy crap! That's just a lot. That's just a lot. This is interesting because with the last song and this song, we're learning about the whole kind of EXO kind of crew thing, and it sounds to me just kind of like a group that just constantly has sex with these girls that they find at parties and stuff like that. There's references to it in here, but just like they're drinking and smoking beforehand at the party, and then you get later on where you don't have to worry about the sky because obviously you're going to be having sex all night until the lights come out. It's a lot. It's definitely a lot. But some people do live that lifestyle, and that's okay as long as it's consensual. Hopefully, I don't know about in this case, but I'm hoping that it's consensual.
Times for you. You say you want my heart.
Well, baby, you can have it all. There's just something that I need from you is to meet my needs. You've been going hard, baby. Now you're rolling with some big boys, baby.
Got a lot you wanna show off, baby. Close that door before you take your fucking clothes off, baby. Don't mind. All my writings on the wall. I thought I passed my peak and I'm experiencing fall. And all I wanna do is leave, cause I've been zoning for a week. And I ain't left this little room tryna concentrate to breathe. Cause this is so potent. Kill your serotonin in that 2-floor loft. In the middle we be choking on that all black booty. Heavy gum chewing. Oh, if you thirsty, baby, if you thirsty, grab a cup of XO, baby. I've been leaning back from the come down, girl. I've been fiending for another round. Don't you blame it on me when you're grinding up your teeth and it's fucking hard to see.
My God, these verses are insane. It's just it's just a lot. And it's a little too much for me to kind of describe, but if you want to, you should definitely look up the lyrics to this song because it's just it's just kind of a huge description of just what is going on. Lots of drugs, lots of weed, lots of sex, lots of XO, meaning the boys or the group or the, whatever they are. Whew. Okay. So what I'm trying to figure out is a group of guys with one girl, or is it multiple girls with just a bunch of different guys? So it's kind of like an orgy. So are we looking at? Yeah, I don't know. If you know about that. Let me let me know in the comments because I'd be interested to know about that. Woo! Good lord, this is a very dark part of the album. But like I said, if it's consensual, then that's great. Then I guess it isn't necessarily dark. It's just not a lot of. It's just an activity not a lot of people partake in. I guess. It's for a very certain type of person, and that's totally fine.
Thanks for you. You said you want my heart. Well, baby, you can have it all.
There's just something that I need from you is to meet my boss. I got a lot of boys,
And we can make you right. And if you get too high, baby, come over here. Da-da-da. Work that back till it's tired out. Roll that weed, bring the fire out. Taste that lean when you kiss my mouth. Bed so wet when I eat you out. Girlfriends feel them creeping out.
bring out down, but keep them out. Ex-man call them, keep them out. Until I go, I can teach you how. Take a pause, take some motherfucking weed for now. Then a shot of this cognac, ease you out. Just one night, trying to fucking leave you out, baby.
I did not think it could get worse. Worse in the sense that it could get more descriptive and more dirty. Like work that butt till I tire it out. It's just a lot. It's just a lot after each other. Girlfriend screaming till I'm creeping out. What was it? A shot of cognac, ease you out. It's just a lot. It's just a lot, and the way it is done so fast and so manically kind of makes me worried. It makes me worried about the way that they perform this. It makes me feel like it's not necessarily safe. I don't know. The girl probably knows what she's getting into, hopefully, because if she doesn't, then that would be I don't know. It's just a lot to think about. Definitely, if you haven't looked up the lyrics to this song, definitely do it because there's just a lot. There's just a lot in it. I think that's very showing of what the whole EXO crew means.
I got a taste for you. You said you want my heart. Well, baby, you can have it all. There's just something that I need from you to meet my boys.
I got a lot of boys,
And we can make you right. And if you get too high, baby, come over here and write it out. Ooh, yeah. Come over here and write it out. Ooh,
Yeah, I was gonna say that we've heard that before, right? That North, that up top, that OVO, that X, that XNO. That was a line by Drake, right? That was a line by Drake in the Zone. So that's interesting. October's very own. That's what OVO stands for? I don't know. Holy crap. That whole song, Initiation, just felt like an entire blur. And it felt like a lot, but when it was over, it felt like you couldn't even remember what happened. And I imagine that's probably what the girl feels like. Girl, I think it's just one girl with a whole bunch of dudes. I don't know how many dudes, but it's the boys. It's the boys. Anyways, I'll let this ride out and then continue into the next song, which is same old song.
Where were you when I needed you 8 months ago? All your girlfriends talking about me, now you're ringing up my phone. I bet you miss me now, baby. I bet you kiss me now, baby. Especially since you know that this ain't nothing and I only just begun. You never thought that I would ever go this far. You said potential could never last this long. Well, baby, I've been alone for almost all my life. What makes you think that you can never do me right?
So I'm reading on Genius that this is a song about an old girlfriend who did him wrong, and she wants him back now that he is obviously in a better place and has all this money and is famous and is about to be exposed to the world, basically. So I'm sure that's a very popular theme among just like, I don't know, pop stars, rock stars, rap artists, whoever's famous, really, of that person that wants them back after they learned that they've become this huge sensation, especially The Weeknd. Especially The Weeknd. Like, holy crap. Can you imagine if you were with him and then you broke up and then you figured out that he is one of the biggest stars in America, at least? Like, that's crazy. I think so. I'm on Spotify right now, and I think he has over 60 million followers, which is insane. That is a ton of people. That is a ton of people.
You're the same old song. You're the same old song. You're the same old song. You're the same old song.
Remember what I said about Lonely Star? I'm pretty sure when he said "You're the Same Old Song," every single one of those was different and in some kind of way. Like that keeps the song interesting, and that keeps the chorus interesting, which is a huge thing for me because I hate choruses. Like, I don't like them at all because they are just the same thing over and over and over. But with The Weeknd, they are different every single time. Like, thank you. Ugh.
Same old song, and now I'm popping, yeah. Ain't nobody showed me how. I made it big popping, yeah. Tell me how you like me now. I swear I loved you, girl. Oh, and you probably went and fucked around. Well, you can take another shot every time you hear me playing in the club.
That line right there, you know, and you probably went and fucked the world. Well, you can take another shot every time you hear me playing in the club. I think that's a great way to get back at that person because it just goes to show that he was way bigger than she was. You know, maybe she had her fun at the time, but now he is exponentially having more fun than her and in a way better place than her. Well, I say way better place in terms of money, I guess. Money and success. Because maybe she is happy, but he probably isn't happy. Like, as we learned so far, that he is kind of a lost soul, just wandering around and I don't know, just existing.
Never thought I'd go this far. Never thought it could leave. I've been alone for almost all my life. I've been alone for what makes me think that you can never do me right. Ooh, yeah, you're the same old sound. You're the same old song. You're the same old song. You're the same old song.
Good Lord, that chorus is just phenomenal, and I cannot stress that enough. I love that. I love that in an artist when they can make the chorus interesting, or maybe like energetic enough that you're able to listen to it more than once, you know, more than once and not getting annoyed by it. Like, holy crap, that's a talent. That's a talent right there.
Same old song.
So we have the outro by Juicy J.
Listen to that shit, man. The Weeknd music make ladies' panties get wet. Jam that shit, my nigga. I'm high as a motherfucker. I don't give a shit. Going to the strip club. I'm throwing $30,000, nigga. 30,000. Fuck that shit. Spin that shit, nigga. It's Christmas. Shut the fuck up. We tripping, man.
Yeah. Like, listen, I'm not sure if that outro was absolutely necessary, but I think it added a little bit of fun to the whole thing because so far the whole mixtape so far has been really dark. We've been learning a lot about The Weeknd, and with that kind of added in, it's just kind of an odd little twist that I think is kind of enjoyable. Juicy J, yeah. The Weeknd music make the ladies' panties get wet. I'm sure he's not wrong. I can't speak for that because I'm not a lady, but I'm sure he's not wrong. Anyways, we're on to the fall.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. You've been picking my voice to dance to. My money no good in here, even though I didn't ask you. It's the most you've worked, even though I probably don't deserve this, girl. But you've been dreaming for this moment, so you have to. Baby, it's okay. I got show money, baby. I wanna show you how I blow money, baby. I wanna show you how I throw money, baby. I'm a kid, so it's hard for me to hold money, baby. You are, cause I'm a star. Don't get it twisted, got some trappers in the car. What kind of caps? I got the brightness of them all. Somebody pop them before we pop them all. Before we pop them all. Saying this ain't nothing, but it's all I need.
I feel like we've heard that kind of rhythm by The Weeknd before, and I'm not saying this is a bad thing, but I think it's really enjoyable, when he has a longer line than usual, than not just like 4 words. Like, let me go back for a second.
What kind of caps? I got the brightness of them all. Somebody pop them before we pop them all.
And that, like, I think those are really good examples of the kind of rhythm that he kind of introduces into his song a lot. And I don't know, it kind of reminds me of him just like talking to somebody, if that makes sense, or like kind of like a confessional, in a sense, where he's kind of confessing things. I don't know, just thoughts, just spouting out real not. I don't know.
Before we pop them all, saying this ain't nothing, but it's all I need. And the peak ain't reached, but the peak is all I feel. And it feels so good. It feels so good. It feels so good. It feels so good. I ain't scared of the fall. I ain't scared of the fall.
Okay.
And I ain't scared of the fall. And I ain't scared of the fall. I've hit the ground before. 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 'Cause I ain't scared of the fall. Mama,
Right.
I
So-
understand why you're mad and
I ain't scared of the fall. I felt the ground before, because I ain't scared of the fall. Probably referencing him, hitting like rock bottom, and probably within the music industry, because to be in the music industry or as an actor or I don't know, dancer, any kind of performer, really, you're going to experience failure a million times before you reach success. So I think this is kind of just him referencing that he has he's felt the ground before. He's been at his lowest. He's felt the worst after some person or something happened in which he felt self-conscious, and he's like, okay, that's the worst I've ever felt. So anything from here on is going to be amazing. That's what I'm taking out of this.
Hurts to accept what I am and how I live and what I did. But I've been good since Thursday. Yes, I've been good since Thursday. So you can watch my love vanish. I'm not going no telling, but to make moolah banish, call a friend from a friend, and a friend's name's Lexus. I let my niggas distant. I'm always with the cent, and best believe I already spent it. My blood full of BC, my cup full of Texas. Flown on that OVO jet, yeah, I said it. I was born to be reckless, was forced to make records. So you don't gotta ask who's next, who's next.
Right, so I think this is kind of just him just kind of stunting, and I think the lyrics that popped out to me the most is but I've been good since Thursday. Yes, I've been good since Thursday. Kind of going back and referencing Valerie a little bit, which is interesting because I'm not too sure how it connects here. Or though, I guess he could be referencing the mixtape as a whole. Now that I think about it, yeah, that's probably what he's referencing instead of referencing Valerie. I don't know though, because there's just a lot of confusing things with the lyrics and all these mixtapes so far. There's been a lot of I think contradictions where you don't really know what to believe or what to trust, and I think that's a part of the entirety of it. It's really fun in that sense where you don't exactly know the answers, and it's just kind of fun to figure it out.
It's all I need. At the peak ain't reached, but the peak is all I feel. And it feels so good. It feels so good. It feels so good. It feels so good. I ain't scared of the fall. I ain't scared of the fall. I ain't scared of the fall. On the ground before. I felt the ground before. I felt the ground before. I ain't scared of the fall.
So here's the thing. Don't get me wrong. I'm definitely digging the vibe of this whole song, but I'm not sure if it is absolutely necessary to include in this mixtape. I don't know if it's giving us any information that we've already heard before. It's a lot of the same thing, and a lot of the same thing that we've heard from artists before in the past, like being at your worst and then coming back from that and kind of recognizing, coming to terms with how low you've been at a given point, I guess. So I'm not sure if it necessarily fits in here the best, but I still enjoy the song. Don't get me wrong, I still enjoy the song. It's just, I don't think it's been my favorite so far. Yeah. So that was the fall, and I don't know. I'm not too stoked about that one necessarily. I don't think I would ever go back and listen to that one. I get how it's a part of the whole thing, and I understand that, but I don't know. Out of the other tracks, it's just been one of the lowest points in the mixtape so far. But, that's just my opinion. Like, I always have to say that. I always have to say that so people don't get mad. It's, it's just an opinion on music. It's subjective anyways. So, Uh, next song we have next. So here we go.
She popped that pussy out on Monday. She never falls in love, but she heard me in the club. She put in work. She wanna give me all her money. She wants to spend it all alone, cause her man went did her wrong. So but baby, I'm not trying to be the one. I got my baby waiting home. She been too good to let her go, and I ain't trying to win your heart, and you can't pay to win my love. So keep dancing, baby, keep dancing, dancing, keep dancing, dancing, keep dancing.
Yes.
I know, yes I know, yes I know, yes I know, yes I know. I'm too far in this game to let go, so let go, so let go. Baby.
So I'm reading that this song is kind of about how his music gets him a lot of the girls that he gets. And I guess that's basically it. Well, maybe not basically it. I'm sure there's more content to that, but so far the lyrics have been kind of true to that as well. Huh. I don't know. I'm digging the beat so far. It's been interesting. It's been switching up a lot, and it's kept me curious.
Who you trying to fool? Girl, I might be 21, but I got memories to prove that
21.
I've seen your kind before, and I know exactly what you want. You just want me 'cause I'm next. You just want me 'cause I'm next, baby. You just want me 'cause I'm next. You just want me 'cause I'm next. You just want me 'cause I'm next, baby. You just want me 'cause I'm next. You just want me 'cause I'm next. You just want me 'cause I'm next. Oh yeah, you just want me 'cause I'm next. You just want me 'cause I'm next. You just want me 'cause I'm next.
So I think next is kind of referring to him being like the next big thing, you know? The next big thing in music, the next pop star, the next role model, although he probably shouldn't be a role model based off his lyrics and stuff. But, you know, he's the up and coming artist that everybody's freaking out about. And that's how he gets a lot of his girls. And I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. I'm sure if you're famous, you can probably get anybody that you want. Although that's not necessarily a good thing.
Baby, don't make me smoke up all your kush. Don't make me pop your cheap ass pills. I used to do this for the thrill.
Yeah.
I know you got a lot to lose, but ain't nobody here but me. So baby, what you got to prove? Ooh, yeah. I see the way your body moves on the pole, on the floor. You're alone. There ain't nothing I can do, so keep dancing, baby, keep dancing, dancing, keep dancing, dancing, keep dancing. I know, yes I know, yes I know, yes I know, yes I know. I'm too far in this game to let go, so let go, so let go. Baby, who you tryna fool? Girl, I might be 21, but I got memories to prove that I seen you come before, and I know exactly what you want.
So, I mean, this is interesting because it's kind of like he's in the lyrics, he's trying to push away these people. Like, I've seen your kind before. I know exactly what you want. You just want me because I'm next. So that kind of sets off a tone that, like, he doesn't want these people. But, I mean, based off what we've heard so far, we know that he wants it. You know that he likes, well, I guess like is a little bit weird with The Weeknd because we don't really know what he likes. I don't think. You know, he's obviously done drugs and done stuff for the thrill, right? But that doesn't necessarily mean that he likes it. It doesn't necessarily mean that he likes sleeping with these random girls and not finding a love interest. I feel like every time I try and talk about something, I'm always contradicted, which I feel like almost every one of these songs is done for me, which is interesting. I think that's really cool because I think that keeps a lot of replayability and curiosity within the whole Weeknd realm, universe, whatever you want to call it. Mixtapes, I don't know.
You just want me cause I'm next. 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 You want me cause I'm next. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
So the thing about these mixtapes is that I feel like there are some really, really, really good songs, but I think that they come within like the first half of the mixtape. So I feel like everything else from that point on is kind of a letdown. And I don't know, I think this song too. And don't get me wrong, it definitely, like, I'm always going to say this because it does, but it does fit the whole vibe of the mixtape, of the trilogy album. Like, it does. But that doesn't mean that it's necessarily a song I want to come back to. Like, song like Lonely Star and House of Balloons, Glass Table Girls, EXO, The Host, Initiation, like those kinds of songs are ones that I want to come back to. So songs like this, when they come on, is just a little bit, I don't know. I don't want to say a letdown because it's not. It's not a letdown. It's just not as exciting, I guess. Not as exciting as those. Although it's definitely hard to compare a song like Initiation to a song like this because that's just two different things. But anyways, let's just keep on going. I love that outro though. I do love that outro, and I can tell already that I feel like it's gonna, go into the next song probably a little bit perfectly. And the next song technically is the last song of the entire album, the entire mixtape. It's been a while. It's been a long journey to fulfill the trilogy. And it's been a long one. It's been a long one for sure. A lot of sex, a lot of drugs, a lot of orgasmic beauty. I don't know what else to call it, It's been beautiful. It's been wonderful. Okay. Echoes of Silence.
Talk to me, baby. Tell me what you're feeling. You say you don't want me to go. Don't you pretend you didn't know how all of this would end up. Girl, I saw it in your eyes. And baby, I can read your mind. And expectations were not inside. You knew that talking dirty to me on the phone would get me here. Cause we both wanted to do this, but I could tell that you were scared. Cause you thought there was more to us, but you knew how this would end.
It's interesting because I'm reading on Genius right now that kind of the summary of this song is that it is a question. Is the girl, are the girls the victim or is he? And I gotta be honest, how is he the victim? He might be the victim in the sense that he is a wandering soul with, just a broken heart, but I feel like he keeps on repeating the same cycle that kind of makes him this way. As with the girl, she thinks she's found this spectacular guy who has, who's capable of having great sex and being fun and at parties, but then you find out that he's just constantly sleeping with other girls. Like, how is the girl not the victim? I need to think about it a little bit more, I think, to kind of see why The Weeknd is a part of the victim at all, you know?
And how you expected, girl, you're such a mess. A kiss and I ask why. And you reply, I like the thrill. Nothing's gonna make me feel this real.
Really?
So baby, don't go home. I don't wanna spend tonight alone. Baby, please, would you end your night with me? Don't you leave me all behind. Don't you leave my little life. Don't you leave my little life.
Interesting. This is really powerful. So I don't know if this is the girl's perspective or his, but I could take it both ways. Would you end your night with me? Don't leave me behind. Don't you leave my little life. Don't you leave my little lie. I think that's from The Weeknd's perspective, which is interesting because so far we've learned that he's kind of like a solo dude, and it's interesting to see this vulnerability. If this is from his perspective, which it might be, to see that he actually wants somebody to sleep with him, not sex sleep with him, but to stay the night with him and, probably give him comfort, something that he's missing, which is heartbreaking, which is very heartbreaking. So I guess I understand a little bit more why he might be the victim, but I don't know. It's just really hard for me to want him to be the victim, because after everything that he's done and the way that he's treated these girls, it's hard for me to think that he is a person of vulnerability and someone that needs love or attention or whatever you want to call it. It's very confusing. It's very conflicting. Like I've been saying, like the entire thing is just very conflicting.
No, 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 no. 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 No, 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 no.
I don't know if you can see, but my eyes are a little bit teary right now. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I really took that last second to really think about everything and to think about that and to kind of feel the emotion of the song and what was going on. And it's sad. It is heartbreaking. God dang it. I don't want to like him. I don't want to like him. I don't want to have to feel things for him because I know that he can be a terrible person to other people. But hearing just that end section of the song where he's saying, "Oh no," just over and over again with the piano in the background, that I think that in itself, this whole song in itself is very telling of what he actually feels, how he actually feels. And it's just a beautiful conclusion to that entire thing. I feel like everything has kind of built up to this moment where it just, I could just see him breaking down in his room crying, but he's not going to let anybody see that. He's not going to let anybody see that, so he writes it in his music. I don't know if I'm getting this right, but holy crap, if it is. Sorry that I'm not saying much, but man, I think that I just need a second. I just need a second after that one. I think that is easily, I want to say that that's my favorite song on this mixtape so far, but it's hard because the first few songs were really, really strong and sexy. But this is something completely different, I think this is something that I've been wanting the entire mixtape. I wanted something a little bit more. I wanted something more than just what was on the surface. This is deeper down. This is him. And I hate that it's called Echoes of Silence. That freaks me out. That's really creepy. Oh my god. I just want to really listen to that again, but we actually have one more track I forgot about. It's the bonus track. So I just hold on. I gotta get to that real quick. Holy crap, though. So what's this one called? So this is called Till Dawn. Let me look up this real quick. Sorry. But it's not like, here we go. It wasn't on like Genius. It wasn't on like the album, so I have to look it up separately. Okay, thank you. Anyways, here's Till Dawn. I don't know how I'm going to come back from whatever the heck that was. Holy crap. Okay, Till Dawn.
I tell myself that I'll take you for the last time. I'll be over you eventually. Time after time, you seem to brush me off. I understand what we have become. You wash your neck when you leave. Now I know your routine. I was in love with your mystery. Now I'll just take what I can get from you. I'm not embarrassed to be what you want me to be. 'Cause unlike you, I got nothing to hide. I don't pretend to have any shame.
so this is interesting because I think kind of what it's describing is him and Valerie's kind of separation. I don't know if it's necessarily a breakup, but it's probably stopping whatever they were doing. And I think what's going on is that they are kind of leaving kind of like a window open for each other. For whenever they feel lonely or something like that. When they want to sleep in a bed with another person, for example. I don't think they love each other. I don't think they do. I'm not sure about Valerie, but I know for sure that The Weeknd, I don't think he loves her. But I think he sees her as a person to potentially connect with in another way, but not love. She's another warm body for him. But with a more familiarity, I think, than the other people. Because she seems special, obviously special enough to have a whole day dedicated to her, have a whole song written about her, and basically a whole mixtape dedicated to her, Thursday. So it's just interesting to think about. A lot of this is. It's a lot of thought-provoking stuff.
You just wanna fill the void now. I can tell that you've been yelling at him all night long. And I can hear it in your voice now. He got you smoking extra packs a day. Don't you worry about me talking. I know why you've been coming. I'll be quiet, this ain't nothing to me. Just wrap your legs around my waist. I won't stop until you ask me. Don't you worry about us messing up my sheets. Cause unlike you, I got nothing to hide. I don't pretend to have any shame.
So I'm just gonna say this. I think I would have preferred to have Echoes of Silence as the ending, just as the ending, because that was so powerful. And I feel like it kind of stunts that power by having this in there. But I also know that this is like a bonus track, but I'm doing this so that I could hear it, because I know people would want to hear this. But Echoes of Silence was just insane. So strong. But this is interesting because it's giving me a little bit of, I think, information about what happens to The Weeknd and to Valerie, which is interesting for me. It's interesting because the song's called Here Comes the Sun, or I guess in like quotes it's called Here Comes the Sun, Till Dawn, Here Comes the Sun. But most of the entire mixtape, not just this one, but all the others, have been kind of events that have been happening at night, right? So like the parties, the sex, obviously, um, having these girls over every night and stuff like that. It hasn't really mentioned like the sun at all, except I think that one lyric that was about, well, stay busy until the light comes up or something like that. But this is interesting. It's kind of like a bright kind of thing. Like, this is good. This is good. This seems hopeful, I think. It doesn't seem, I don't know, just it doesn't seem sunken in darkness like the whole rest of the mixtape has been. Because I've definitely been saying that a lot of the vibes so far have been very, very dark, and they have been, and they have been. So this is interesting. This is really bright, I think, for a reason.
Routine. You're gonna hate him, don't want me, then you miss him, baby, then you hate me, yeah. Girl, I know you so well, girl, I know you so well, girl, I know your routine. Ooh, oh, here comes the sun, baby, you're in my arms, oh yeah, and my denial keeps me on the edge of the chance that just take you away, yeah. But here comes the sun, ooh, you're in my arms, my denial keeps me on the edge of the chance that just stay through the night,
Wow. We're done. We're officially done with the trilogy. I thought it was going to take forever, and it kind of did, but it has been such an incredible journey. I've learned so much about The Weeknd. I guess his character, and Abel too. Although I'm not sure how much of it is Abel and how much of it is The Weeknd. I'm sure that maybe like 75% of it is The Weeknd and 25% is Abel or something like that. But um, I guess I'll talk about what my favorites were on this one. Definitely Dirty Diana, although that is already on my channel and I've already talked about that one. I liked Montreal. I liked EXO the Host. I liked Initiation and Echoes of Silence. I think those are definitely the ones that I would come back to and listen to again. I think those songs were amazing. The rest are somewhere in the middle, where it just kind of fits in the vibe, I think, and gives me little bits of information here and there, but nothing too impressive. I don't know which mixtape I would prefer the best. I think I would need to think about that a little bit more. Yeah, I'm not too sure on that one. If you have a favorite, let me know what yours is, because I'm curious about that. If you have any extra information you want to share with me about the mixtape or any of the songs, let me know about that. What's your favorite songs on the mixtape? Because I think any of these are valid, honestly. The ones I chose are just based off my personal opinion, because I like the down and dirty and sexy ones, but I also like the really vulnerable ones, like Echoes and Silence, which I don't know. I think after the build-up of the entirety of Trilogy, it was deserved. It was well deserved to happen, and it was just incredible. But that's it. That's it. I'm done. I'm done. The session's over. The trilogy is over. I feel different now. I feel different. I don't know how exactly, but I just do. It was amazing. So thank you all for supporting this, and I guess more Weekend on the way if you want to see it. You know, if you want to see Kissland, I've seen a lot of people telling me to listen to that. Then okay, I'll probably do that. But for now, I'm ending the video. I'm not talking anymore because I've talked way too much. This is already a long enough video, but thank you if you've gotten this far. It's very special to me. Thanks. Okay. I'll see you in the next video. Have a fantastic day. Okay. Bye.